Did you know that Freddy Krueger, the character from A Nightmare on Elm Street, was inspired by a real series of nocturnal deaths that occurred in the 1980s? The writer of the movie, Wes Craven, shared with the L.A Times that he recounted a story of a refugee boy who was so terrified to sleep out of the fear that he would be attacked in his sleep and never wake up. So for days, the boy attempts to keep himself awake until one night he falls asleep and his parents think the crisis is over. But in the middle of the night, they hear screaming coming from his room, and by the time they get to him, he's dead. He literally died in the middle of a nightmare. It turns out that dozens of Southeast Asian refugees in America died for unexplained reasons in their sleep throughout the 1980s, and that these deaths primarily occurred for young men between their 20s to 30s. According to the L.A Times article, in 1981 alone, 26 men, often from Hmong refugees, died in their sleep. And ultimately, investigators cannot find a medical explanation for their deaths. This fatal syndrome would be given the name Sudden Unexplained Nocturnal Death Syndrome, which is long for SUNS,